I was thinking, I've been an Apple computer user for what, 9 years now. Got the first, I'm on my second Apple computer, which is a MacBook Pro. I got my first one when was it? End of 2007, and that lasted me until August this year, and it's still working, still running fine. But when I got the new one, or rather the second-hand one, I gave the old one to my mom, and I understand she's quite happy with it. And the thing is, you know, you hear a lot of things about the differences between the two, between Apple and Windows and all that rubbish. And at the end of the day, they both do what they're designed to do. And the Apple seems to be designed to do the stuff that I like much better than a Windows machine does. Take today, for example. I took the MacBook Pro into work with me. In fact, I took it at lunchtime. During my lunch break, I came back in the house, picked it up, took it up, and used it to scan a whole pile of negatives. Now, I could have done that on the PC perfectly fine. It was all set up to do that, but it was crashing a bit. It's been doing that for the past few weeks now, just misbehaving. And also, I had to download the drivers for the Epson, for the Epson scanner that we use at work, and that took 2 minutes. It was all up and running, and I found that unlike the way that the PC does it, which is you open Photoshop and then import into Photoshop and then work on your photographs and images that way, with the Mac, the scanning software, which looked identical as it does in the PC, wasn't tied to Photoshop. So I could scan a whole pile of negatives. I was scanning up to 16 separate negs at a time, automatically. The thing was scanned 16. And as soon as one had been scanned, I could then put that straight into Photoshop, do what I needed to do to it, which was basically just tidying up the image, and then save it while the machine was still scanning the next 15 or 14 or however many. Couldn't do that with a PC. I'd have to wait the 20 minutes or so while it scans these 16 eggs, and then spend the time to do each one, which you're looking, I don't know, about a minute for each one if I'm being quick. So that adds another 16 to 20 minutes on each. So I could get twice as much. I could get twice as much work done in the same time using the Apple setup than if I was using the Windows PC. And so I probably will be taking this machine back into work again just to make life easier for myself. That's it. Also, there are a few things that the Windows machine does have. We're on Windows 10 at work, that I do like, that I don't think the Apple machine here in front of me does. Primarily being it's really simple little things, like if you want to move a large number of files from one part of the machine to another, from one folder to another, for example, or from one hard drive to another, etc. On the Windows, you can select what you want, go to the top, and there's a couple of things, which is a copy selected items to, or move selected items to, and you just do that and the items are just done all in one go. As far as I'm aware, there isn't anything on the Mac that will allow me to do that, and if there is, which wouldn't surprise me if there was, it's very well hidden. A lot of the things that an Apple Mac will do are underneath in the background. They don't tell you that these machines can do it. Apple will harp on for ages about how amazing the new machine is, faster, nicer and all that. But the things that you actually need, the things that actually make using the devices better, are the things they don't tell you about, which is why I have to buy magazines like this thing, to learn about them. So that's like £6 right there just for one magazine. That's why I'm not subscribed to them anymore, or rather that's why I don't buy them anymore. Well, except for that one. and the one before that. But that's only because, anyway, that's it. That's a whole other subject. Anyway, this me talking here was prompted by a video here that I replied on. What is it? Man Cave Technology, which is reviewing the new MacBook Pro. And so if you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, don't worry, you're not really missing much, because basically what they've done, they've removed all the usual in-out ports that you normally use, that I use all the time, and replaced them with a whole new set of ports that nobody uses. Well, they will be using them now, because we have no choice if you're going to buy the new one. But he was talking about how it's slower than the old one, slower than the machine is replacing, and it's glitching, it's crashing, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. And I replied by saying that yeah, I'm experiencing exactly the same thing that he's describing in his videos, except that I'm using a 2012 MacBook Pro running Sierra, which is what all the new ones are running now, Sierra. So it could be that the new operating system, Sierra, is more of a problem to all the machines than the new hardware. Anyway, just something I was thinking about. If you're an Apple user, let me know why, what you like about it, what you don't like about it. If you're a Windows user, let me know why you prefer Windows over the Mac, apart from cheapness, of course. Money's not an object. Well, money is an object thing. You know, if you're going to spend £1,000 on a machine, you know, you want to keep it for a while. I didn't spend £1,000 on a machine. I'm not that wealthy. So less than half that this thing cost me. But then it's a second-hand computer, so what do you expect? Anyway, that's me for now. Little bit of a tech talk. Link to Man Cave Technology, to the video I mentioned, which he reviews the new MacBook Pro. There's plenty of reviews of the new MacBook Pros, and most of them are, even those that say they love it, they're still lukewarm on a lot of things. So if you're thinking of buying a brand new Apple computer, Apple laptop rather, I'd recommend either waiting a couple of years or buying the older outgoing model, because it's well, it'll do what you want it to do, and it's like a minimum, you know, £200 to £400 cheaper than the new ones. That's just my view anyway. Until next time, take care.